Good afternoon. Welcome Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for February 12th to 26th. First, we're going to get to the storm that will be impacting the east. Here we are at 7 o'clock tonight. The precipitation breaks out down here. Then we get to early 7 a.m. morning. Then we have this coastal low, and it really starts to develop. And the trend now is further south. They've been fluctuating all weekend for the north and south, and I even thought that that was it. It was set when it was further north, the greater accumulations would be across northern New England. But now it's trending back to the south, and I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again, even this close to the event. There are numerous winter storm warnings and everything issued across this area here. And we have this low here, 990. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. Then we go to 7 p.m., and it's out, and it really cranks up. And that'll be tracking across this area here. We're looking at the GFS. We'll look at the European. And it kind of has like the rain and snow line. Kind of like it really drops it further south. So this is all snow here. And then we look at the ensembles. It really cranks up a little bit, about the same, 990, 989. It really cranks this system up as this new system develops here. We'll take a closer look at the snowfall amounts. Okay, here we are Tuesday. Then we go early Thursday. We see area 5 inches moving into northwest New Jersey. Then by 7 p.m., it's gone. This is in a 6-hour period. We see 10 inches out here by eastern Long Island. There could be a few higher amounts even closer to that here across parts of the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. This is in 6-hour intervals, and it would be a fast mover. So snowfall amounts are forecast to be about a foot maybe across 4 northern areas, and then like 5 to 8 maybe across the New York City region. So it's even down to the city. Now this will happen as the storm cranks up and pulls that colder air down, and will first start as rain and then transition to snow. Further inland, it'll start as snow, maybe a little mixture, and then it'll be all snow. So I think I have the wrong forecast here. Yes, I do. Okay, so I gotta do the best I can. We'll have a nor'easter develop and bring, and a little bit throwing out my notes because it's the wrong one from last week. And here, this is what it looks like, snowfall amounts. Okay, now we're gonna get to the forecast. This would be for the period. Let me see if I can get this printed out really quick so I can get the dates. Okay, this is for the period 15th to the 29th. We're going to look at 15th to the 19th. And 15th to the 19th. And, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We're going to look at the period now for the 15th to the 19th. And here we are here. This is what we're expecting. We have mixed height anomalies here across from Alaska to Greenland. And then we have a trough here over the East Pacific, and a trough here in the east. Almost quasi-zero flow, a little bit of a split flow here in across Alaska and the west coast. So, excuse me, low pressure is forecast to track from the Great Lakes. We'll go to the surface now. Do I have the... Oh, man. Okay, the maps are all messed up now today. Okay, so low pressure will track across the Great Lakes to the northeast on Friday, and along with a modified Arctic air mass will settle south across the northern Rockies and northern plains, as strong surface high will settle down from Canada following the system. And the northern stream system, this southern stream system will develop over the western Gulf of Mexico, bring showers and storms from Texas to the central Gulf Coast, and unsettled conditions will return to the west coast as a couple of systems impact the region. We're going to look at the period now for February 20th to 24th. And we have, go to the 20th to the 24th. And we have above normal heights here now from Alaska to Greenland. Trough here over the East Pacific kind of spreads inland. Still have a trough here in the east with still somewhat of a zone of flow here across the country. And we have a ridge that builds here in the west. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for, okay, here, below normal temperatures here. And I'm calling for anomalies be about 4 degrees below normal, above normal temperatures here, with anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees above normal for precipitation. Calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35 to 40%. Below normal precipitation forecast here, probability of occurrence is near 35%. Now we're going to look at the flow, the pattern for February 25th to 29th. Now we see we have a zone of flow from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Above normal heights here across the Arctic region in Greenland. Most of the models have a ridge trough configuration, except for one that we're looking at here. This is the GEFS trough in the west, kind of ridging here across the northeast. And we look at the other models, you can see clearly trough here in the northeast. And we look at the European ensembles, also has more below normal heights covering the west and the northeast. So for this forecast period, calling for a little change in temperature anomalies, and for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, and the probability really cranks up is 35 to 55%. The probability of the greatest anomalies would be here across California. So sorry, the map's a little messed up. I had a lot going on with a winter storm approaching. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion. Making a correction here. It's for February 15th to 29th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.